Hello everyone, videos I refer to back with another how to play. Today we're looking at how to play Taki or Super Taki. What is Taki? Basically it's a setting name. Basically it's like Uno. If you like Uno, you'll like Taki. I believe this is made in Israel. It's an Israeli version. It does date back to like the 80s, I believe, so it's almost as old as Uno. It's like they invented Uno in America and then these guys invented Taki. And then years later they realized, wait a minute, that's my game. I don't know. But anyways, it's for ages 6 and up. And you get the rules and you get a bunch of cards. The backs just say Taki. I don't know what Taki means, if it means anything. Maybe it means Uno. I don't know. And you see there's a bunch of different cards here that are special. 10. I'm seeing here 10. Actually, yeah, there's 10. And the instructions, you also get reference cards in 4 different languages that tell you what each of those special cards are. And what you get is, like you know, you get a bunch of number cards that are different colors. You get red, yellow, blue, green, kind of like Uno. And then you get some special cards. So this one is a 2+, I believe it's usually called +2. And this one forces the next player to draw 2 cards. Or, if you play one of these, unlike in Uno, unless you're doing house rules, you can play another +2. If I had one, I would show you. No, that's not it. There you go. So if, I play this, the next person has to draw 2 cards. Unless they have one. They can play it, forcing the next person to draw 4. Or they can play one, forcing the next person to draw 6. It could end up coming right back to you. You could end up drawing a whole bunch of cards. And of course, they're in each of the suit colors, just like Uno. So there's that. And again, people do that in Uno as like a house rule, but that's not an actual rule of Uno. It is an actual rule here. The next card you have here is this one, which reverses the direction of gameplay. It's a reverse, just like in Uno. Then we got this one. This is not in Uno. This is a plus card. And again, it's this one and this one are in the different suit colors, as you can see. And this one, what it does is, if you play this, you get to play a second card. If you do not have a second card you can play, you must draw a card. So it's basically play again. Play a second card. And I kind of like that. If I was going to do the Uno game that has the customizable cards, that might be a card that I would do. Then we have this card. This is the Super Taki. And this one's just a wild card where you play it and choose what color the next person has to play. Then there's this card, which again comes in all 4 suit colors. And this is the next player loses a turn. So you stop the next person from playing. You skip the next person, just like in Uno. Then you got the Taki, which also comes in all 4 suit colors. And actually I lied. This isn't the Super Taki. This is just a wild card. You can use any color. This is the Taki. And again, this is not an Uno. And this one allows you to, when you play this, you can follow it with any cards that you have at that suit color. So if I played that card and I had, a couple more yellow cards, I can play them all at the same time. So that's just pretty cool. Now I do have to find one card as well here that I'm missing. Okay. Moving along. So this card, there's only 2 of them, and this is a crown card. And this one allows you to cancel the need to obey the leading card, including any action it may prescribe. So if somebody plays a +2 card, you can play this and you don't have to pick up anything. Or I guess presumably to try to skip you or use one of these, you can play this and cancel the effect of that card. Next, we have this card. This is the Free Plus card, +3, and this forces all players to draw 3 cards. And you can play this at any time. It's basically a wild card, kind of like a wild draw 4, except everyone is affected. But then there's this card. This is the... They don't actually list the names here. I believe it's a breaker card. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's a +3 breaker. And this is actually the king card, not the crown card, to be specific. So here it lists everything. You got a stop, +2, change direction, change color, a tacky, super tacky, king plus a 3+ or +3, and a +3 breaker. So what happens is if somebody plays one of these cards, you can play this card. This prevents you from drawing 3 cards, and it forces the person who played this card to draw 3 cards instead. And I believe it cancels... Yeah, I believe it just outright cancels the action. So you play this, everyone has to draw 3 cards. If somebody has this, they play it. Nobody draws 3 cards except for you, who played this card. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like a cancel card, a nope card. And then lastly, we have the super tacky, which is a wild card and automatically receive the color of the leading color. So let's say that was the leading color. You just play that and it just stays as green, basically. It's just kind of a wild card you can play on any color, but it doesn't change the color, I guess. Of course, you cannot play this on any active draw card, basically. But aside that, it kind of basically plays like Uno with some other special cards. I believe I got this on Amazon. We can quickly go over it a little bit. So it's 2 to 10 players. 116 cards, 2 identical sets of 58. You got all the numbers, 2 in each color, and then you got all the special cards. Basically 2 of each color of the special cards, 2 of each of the other special cards, and 4 that change color cards. You must always follow the top of the discard. And you're just trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand first. Now each player is going to get 8 cards. We'll just deal out 8 like this. And you flip the top card, and that is going to be the leading card, as they call it. And no, if you've gone ahead and played a bunch of cards, you got 1 card left, you just gotta yell out the last card. Instead of Uno, I think it's better to just go Taki. Sounds cooler, right? And obviously you're gonna try to match the color, the number, or the action card when you're playing cards, just like Uno. If you know how to play Uno, you know how to play this. It just has some additional special cards. Now there's also a tournament variant, which we won't get into. Now, and it says the youngest player starts, and you go clockwise, and it says you can play a card or cards. I'm going to place it over the leading card now. It does not say that I can see if you have to obey an action card if it gets flipped over. We'll just say I'm starting. I'm going to play this 2+ card. So look at my opponent's hand here. He cannot counter that, so he draws 2 cards. And now I need to verify if it's like Uno, where his turn is over, or if he gets to play again. It doesn't say. I believe they draw 2 cards and the turn is over, if I'm interpreting the rules correctly. Basically, when somebody plays a card like this, they have to draw 2 or play one of these 2 cards. Since they didn't have one, they had to draw 2. So it comes back to me. I have to play a red card or a draw card. I can't, so I'm going to change the color to yellow. So look at the hand. They're going to play a yellow card. It doesn't specify that you can play, 3 ones at the same time, so we're not going to do that. It comes back to me. I'll play a yellow card. And when they do the same thing, then I'm going to play 1. Now, they have no... Well, okay, they're going to play a 3, but they might as well. Comes back to me. I will play this. And it's going to go back and forth playing cards until somebody goes out. Again, if you can't play a card, or I guess if you don't want to, you can draw a card. And then your turn is over. So it comes back to this guy. He says, I'm going to play... Well, he can play this one. It doesn't matter as far as I can tell. It's just not going to have any effect because it's the breaker card. In this instance, it's probably better just to keep it for now. So he's going to play this card. And then I play 1. Last card. He's going to play this one. It's a plus card. Allows him to play this card as well. And then I go out. And that's it. That's the whole game. Basically, it's like Uno, as I said. It doesn't say anything about scoring. I suppose you could do that if you want to. It doesn't specify any kind of scoring. But I can tell. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. The cards are decent quality. They are linen embossed. I'm not sure who printed them. I should mention this is by Saphir Games. And they do have an app, so you can try it out there if you're interested. But yeah, it's a pretty quick little different version of Uno, basically. So that is that. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. More thanks for watching.